This is News Center at 6.
12 years ago, Father Marc Boisvert, who was born and raised in Lewiston, went to Haiti. He had heard the stories of pain and poverty in that third world country and wondered what he might be able to do to help.
The answer? Plenty. Father Marc founded Hope Village. Today there are almost 800 children living there who would otherwise be on the streets.
Last week, News Center Susan Kimball and photographer Gary Sturdivant traveled to Haiti to visit Hope Village and to meet the remarkable man who is saving and changing thousands of lives.
It was quite an experience, I'll tell you. We've all seen the pictures of the devastation in Port-au-Prince and the grim living conditions throughout Haiti. But until you're there in person, it's hard to really understand the extreme suffering in that country, which is what makes Father Marc's work even more inspiring. As you're about to see, when the children named it Village Espoir, Hope Village, they named it well. In the sea of misery that is Haiti, these are the faces of hope. Welcome to Hope Village, a 134-acre compound on the outskirts of the city of Les Cayes on Haiti's southern coast. Almost 800 children live here. Many are orphans, others brought by their parents who can no longer afford to take care of them. And since the earthquake, there are at least 100 children like 10-year-old Michel-Ange, who found her way here from Port-au-Prince, 120 miles away. She arrived barefoot in a tattered dress with nowhere else to go. Both of her parents are dead. Most of these children would be on the streets of Les Cayes or given to other families and treated as slaves if it weren't for Father Marc Boisvert.
Oh, every day? Every single day, people bring children to me.
Father Marc, a Catholic priest, came to Haiti 12 years ago after hearing horror stories about the plight of children in this third world country. At that time, he was a Navy chaplain.
So I resigned my commission, sold my worldly belongings. I had 17 of them. And I came here. And,
he is a long way from what was once home. Marc Boisvert was born into a French-Canadian family in Lewiston, with parents thrilled to see their son enter the priesthood. He was the parish priest in Castine and Stonington before joining the Navy. It was in Haiti that he found his life's work. Father Marc started by rescuing a handful of children.
And then I had a house that a priest had started for kids, street kids. So we had 30 kids, and then 60, and then 75.
Within a few years, that number had grown to 250 kids, housed here in this dark, cramped building in the middle of the city with no place to play. Father Marc was determined to give them a better home, and he did just that. Volunteer Dee Orlowski of California, who works tirelessly to raise money for this project, was here the day Hope Village opened its doors. The younger kids, she says, arrived on school buses.
And the children got off the bus and they took off. It was the most exciting thing I've ever seen. These children scattered and they started running and they could not stop running because they hadn't had that before.
The conditions are primitive, but compared to the extreme poverty and suffering outside these walls, life here is good. Every day, local women prepare more than 3,000 meals in the sweltering heat of this outdoor kitchen. The food, much of it from the United States, is a high-protein mixture of rice and beans with vitamins added. Along with the children who live here, another 1,200 come from Les Cayes to go to school. They, too, are fed. It is a tremendous undertaking and only part of the mission.
You know, people make the mistake of thinking we're an orphanage. They refer to us as an orphanage, but really it's a lot more than that. It's a village, but, you know, we build homes for the poor. We have an outreach program for health. We have an AIDS prevention program that covers the whole southern, peninsula.
But it's the children who come first. The kids live here in small cement block homes with house mothers keeping a close eye on them. There is no indoor plumbing, and electricity is hit or miss. All of the clothes for all 800 children are washed by hand, And every day, every child is dressed in a clean, neat uniform.
We're heading to the kindergarten.
School is a priority. Father Marc makes sure of that.
Ça va très bien, merci.
There are hundreds of children at Hope Village, and yet he knows each of their names.
This kid's from Tiburon, and you know, his name is Adonis.
And he knows their heartbreaking stories.
Kig is the one his mom tried to burn down the house with him inside, and his brothers.
His goals are simple.
Okay.
He wants to give them a chance to change their lives so that they can someday change their country.
Well, one of my sayings, and now it's become our saying, is that we are the solution. We together. Don't depend on the government, especially here. Don't depend on these big NGOs, you know, that can't get their act together. And we have to work together. We can be the solution ourselves.
Every child here, once they're old enough, learns a trade. They farm, growing corn, bananas, mangoes. They help build housing and schools. They make furniture.
Now look at the work that they do. That's a fog cabinet made out of wood.
Father Marc says it is his goal to help break the cycle of poverty that has held Haiti in its grip for generations. His goal, to prepare these children for life outside the gates of Hope Village. For now, they are fed, they are educated, and most importantly, they are loved.
We have fun here too, you know. It's not just work and ministry. We have fun with with the kids. It's a family. And I think the kids know that. The difference between, other places and us is that they feel cared for.
Father Marc begins every day with prayer. He says the Haitian people truly believe they are in God's hands. And here, you can see that faith at work. It's in every little smile. It's in every healthy child. It's what Hope Village is all about. Father Marc is a tireless advocate for Hope Village. You can read his blog, which he writes just about every day, on the website freethekids.org. Hope Village depends entirely on individual donations. There are no big corporate sponsors. If you'd like to make a donation, you can do so on freethekids.org too. We've got that website address on our website. Tomorrow at 6, we'll meet some of the people dedicating their lives to helping the children at Hope Village. And tonight at 11, we'll take you along for an inside look of our journey from Port-au-Prince to Les Cayes. Both photographer Gary Sturtevant and I want to thank one of Hope Village's most dedicated board members. Portland attorney Rob Morris was our guide on this trip, and we couldn't have been in better hands. We'll hear from Rob tomorrow, too.
We look forward to that.
Wow.
And it's too bad those kids don't like the cameras.
Oh, they love the cameras. They couldn't get enough of Gary.
They couldn't get
enough
hugging either.
I know.
They just...
Every single one of them.
Wonderful.
That's great. Thanks, Susan.
You're welcome.
We've all seen the images of the devastation and suffering in Haiti. But seeing it in person is an entirely different experience. News Center's Susan Kimball and photographer Gary Sturtevant can attest to that. Last week, they traveled to Haiti to visit Hope Village on the southern coast. 800 children, many of them orphans, now live there thanks to Father Marc Boisvert, a priest from Lewiston who founded Hope Village. He's dedicated to helping as many children as he can. Haiti has always been a country mired in poverty, and the earthquake has only made things worse. That was clear to both Susan and Gary the moment they landed in Port-au-Prince. Along with a television camera, they brought 2 small handheld cameras to give viewers a behind-the-scenes look at their journey.
The first thing you hear as you walk off the airplane in Port-au-Prince is the sound of the Caribbean, the joyful music of Haiti. But that festive feeling is short-lived. It doesn't take long before the grim reality of life in Haiti hits home.
It seems ridiculous to say it, too, because we've been watching it on TV for the past 3 months, but to see it in person is so powerful.
There is damage from the earthquake everywhere you look. It's hard to believe anybody could stand to live in the midst of all the dust, all the noise, the stench from piles of garbage. But people here have no choice.
The thing is, just when you think it can't get any worse, it gets worse.
We're traveling with Portland attorney Rob Morris. He is a member of the board of directors of Hope Village. Rob is a knowledgeable tour guide filling us in on the local color, like the crowded vehicles called tap-taps.
It's a little pickup truck or small bus or anything that typically is painted brightly colored, and they'll just shove. You'll see 16 people in the back of a small, like Ford Ranger pickup. They just jam in there.
It's 120 miles from Port-au-Prince to our final destination of the city of Les Cayes on Haiti's southern coast. It's not an easy journey. Even before the earthquake, the roads were in rough shape. Today, they're a disaster.
So this is Les Cayes. It only took us 5 hours to get here.
Hope Village on the outskirts of Les Cayes is an oasis.
Hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Look at all you guys. I'm going to get him. How are you?
We're here to tell the story of Lewiston native Father Marc Boisvert and the work he is doing. There are now almost 800 children at Hope Village, the community he founded to feed, educate, and care for kids who might otherwise be on the street. The children can't get enough of News Center photographer Gary Sturdivant.
Gary's the most popular man on campus here.
They got a kick out of our little handheld flip cams, too.
Oh, sweetheart.
After hours of shooting in the sweltering heat, it's time for a break.
Gary with Peter.
Our stay here is short, but it's long enough to see not just the devastation in Haiti, but also the good work being done here at Hope Village. It's a story we are happy to bring home to Maine.
Hello, Maine.
Good job.
In Les Cayes, Haiti, Susan Kimball, News Center.
Hope Village depends entirely on individual donations. There are no corporate sponsors. If you'd like to find out more about the work being done there or make a donation, you can do so on the website feedthekids.org. You can also read Father Marc's daily blog about life at Hope Village, freethekids.org. We've got that address on our website as well. You can also send a donation by mail to Theo's Work, 2303 West Market Street, Greensboro, North Carolina, 27403.
This is News Center at 6.
There is an oasis on the southern coast of Haiti, a place where children who might otherwise be living on the street are fed, educated, and nurtured. Hope Village is the vision of one man, Lewiston native Father Marc Boisvert. News Center's Susan Kimball and photographer Gary Sturdivant traveled to Haiti to visit Hope Village and to meet Father Marc and the many people helping him change lives.
It's early morning, but already there's a crowd waiting outside the Hope Village Health Clinic. Some will wait all day to see the doctor.
It was 101.5 under the arm.
Ryan Kobayashi, who will soon head to medical school at Georgetown University, has been a volunteer at the clinic for the past 3 months.
It's malaria season right now. So, I mean, the influx of kids with malaria just in our village alone has really picked up.
They sleep with their mom and their dad.
Hope Village is the vision of Father Marc Boisvert, a Catholic priest and Lewiston native who came to Haiti 12 years ago to help the children here.
And my role here is to give these kids a chance, just to give them a chance. And I can't do it for everybody. So the individual children that we help, we see them, and it's extremely rewarding.
Along with taking care of the kids, Hope Village has a huge impact on the surrounding community. About 240 people work here, doing everything from cooking meals to washing clothes. It's hard work, but in Haiti, it's more than okay to take a break. Father Marc has his own small home here. He updates supporters on a daily blog. It's a good way to try to reach potential donors, the only source of funding for Hope Village.
The story is going to be great.
Dee Orlowski is one of a number of volunteers trying to spread the word about the work being done here.
Awareness is everything for Haiti. People have no idea what is going on an hour and a half by air from Miami. They have no idea.
3 or 4 times a year, she leaves her home in California to bring visitors from the U.S. to Haiti.
And this is what I tell them first thing. I'm taking you down there not necessarily to work, but for awareness, and to bring the message back and tell everybody you know how much help this poor country needs and what wonderful people they are.
It doesn't take long for this place and its people to have an impact.
We get people to come down here and they meet the kids. Done deal.
Linda Fayford runs the house where guests stay and keeps a close and loving eye on the children. She and her husband Peter couldn't be more committed to Hope Village. They sold everything they owned back home in Massachusetts to move here.
We're going to see these kids be independent in a society that becomes highly dependent. So they'll be able to take care of themselves and make decisions.
All of the children at Hope Village go to school, but there is a lot more Father Marc would like to offer them. A music program, art classes. He'd like to build more housing and a bigger medical clinic. Those may seem like unattainable goals in a country where poverty and lack is a way of life. But Hope Village board member Rob Morris, a Portland attorney, says Father Marc has already accomplished miracles here.
I think the proof's in the pudding. I mean, this was his vision 10 years ago, and it's here. So the question is, can we keep the wheels on the wagon and do the next 10 years?
For now, they're getting the work done day by day. And day by day, they're changing lives. At Hope Village in Les Cayes, Haiti, Susan Kimball, News Center.